Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you from Creative Expressions the Willoughby Woods Christmas collection. Now, we did Willoughby Woods a few months back, and it was just one of my favorite collections to do because it consists of these adorable little toadstool and trees, and then you can put cute little doors in them, and it just satisfied my need to make paper dolls, I think. So it's really fun and very creative, and you get to build your little scene, and it's great if you love to color. So let's take a look at the different little structures you get here. This one is a snowy fir tree, so it's adorable. I love the little lantern on the side. We also have a winter toadstool, and then you get these cute little guys that you can dress up your card with, little accessory kits, I like to call them. And this is the wintry icon set, and I'm just going to take this one out to see it better. And what I love about this is it's got these adorable squirrels and lampposts and a letter and envelope and stockings and snowman lantern. Really, really cute. And then this one is Santa's Little Helpers. It's got lots of little elves and signs and things like that. Take this one out as well. There we go. There. So as you can see, lots of little fun things to play with. So let's take a look at this first card that my friend Debbie made. Adorable, and of course it's got the little doors. Now the doors, well, before I get to the doors, let's take a look at the actual size of the stamp. So as you can see, it's a great cling rubber stamp, and it's a really nice size. In fact, Debbie even cut it down a little bit. I think she ended up just taking not this edge right here so that she had it flush with the full side of her card. I thought that was really a great idea. This is what it looked like when I just stamped it. Debbie used watercolor paper for this, and this is from Spectrum Noir. You can use it with aqua pens, but also just with watercolor paints, which is what Debbie did. And she also used, our favorite fluffy stuff, the Cosmic Shimmer. And as you can see right here, she just went ahead and squeezed some out on those pine boughs and on the ground here. And I've used this several times in past vlogs, so I won't show you how to activate it today, other things to do. But if you wanted to see how it puffs up, just check out other more recent vlogs that we had with the snow. Really fun to use. Okay, so what Debbie ended up doing was taking some ink pads. Whoops, here we go. So this is the Harmony Water Reactive Dye ink pad. And what she ended up doing was, instead of using just regular watercolor paints or pencils, she just used the ink as her medium. So I'm going to put a little bit of the ink right here on my craft sheet, and I'm going to put a little bit of water next to it and get my brush wet. Ooh, my brush is not clean. Not going to be good. Still have blue on my brush. Okay. So just took a little bit of this brown, and remember, you want to use the water reactive. All right, Distress inks work for this as well. And she just went ahead and just started painting on this great watercolor paper. And because she stamped this first with waterproof ink pad, that waterproof ink is not reacting with the water, so it's not going to mess with your image here. So as you can see, just doing some layers like that, and then she let that dry, and then she went back over it with a little bit more intense color and just added some sort of lines going down her tree like this right here, which I thought was just really great. So it's a very easy technique to do. Here we go. Let's move on to the next thing. Oh yeah, now let's talk about the doors. Here we go. All right, so the doors, we have used these in the last Willoughby Woods I think it was a webisode that we did. So they're not part of this bundle, but you can still purchase them. So if you look on the vlog page and you go down to the featured item, there's a link for the doors. So if you bought them last time, you don't need them again. But if you're new to Willoughby Woods, make sure you pick up the door set and the cutting dies. And I'll show you how these work. As you can see here, for Debbie's card, she has the cute little double doors, okay? So she used this door right here, and then she used the corresponding cutting die to make a little door. And then behind that, she just did a little watercolor paper and a little stamped elf, or yeah, an elf on there. All right, let's take a look at this one. This is one I did, and I used Spectrum Noir pens for this. And this is the Toadstool Stamp. As you can see, a really great, nice big stamp. It's nice and chunky. So for this one, I stamped it using black waterproof, black alcohol-proof ink, okay? And that's because I'm using my favorite pens, the Tri-Blend markers. And so what you want to do with this is go ahead and we're going to stamp our door first. So I've stamped my mushroom. And now I've selected the door that I like. So we're going to go ahead and do that stamping so that you can all see the process of putting the door in. There we go. Got my Misty stamping platform. I was doing something last night and away from home, and I didn't bring my stamping platform with me to a craft night. And I thought, what am I thinking? I love it. I almost use it exclusively now, just because it's so foolproof and there's no stamping errors with it, which I love. Okay, so this that I am using is Finesse alcohol-proof dye ink. This is the black. I've inked my door. Go. So it was a little light there. My ink pad might be a little dry. So what I love about my stamping platform is I'm not going to be moving anything. Everything is in the exact same position. So I can just go ahead and re-stamp that without having to align anything, which I love. All right, there we go. So now I'm going to take my corresponding door and I'm just going to align that. Oops, it attached to my magnet. How funny. I'm going to take the corresponding door and place that right inside those lines. And I just like to take a little piece of tape and stick that down. You're going to run that through your die cutting machine. And then you're going to get your door that's already cut. I didn't bring my little scissors here. It has these little notches in there, and I think that's so that if you're giving this as a gift, it kind of has a little surprise element to it where they can open it up. All right, and then you just break those little tabs, and then you've got your working door, which is adorable. All right, so let's get to this one. And what I did was, for coloring, I started off with, this is the gold brown blend, and I like to just start with a darker ink on the outside edge of my little structure, my mushroom. Okay, so that's the dark. And then I'm going to go to the medium, or the mid, and do a little bit more, and I'm going to go across the top edge of my mushroom like that. And then I'm going to go to the light, and that's when you just start in the medium and you just blend out. And it just does it for you effortlessly. So I find if I just start in that darker color and I just start working my way out, that's just going to blend itself, which I love. Okay, so you get the idea there. And then to color my actual mushroom, I wanted to use the coral color. So once again, I'm going to start with the dark, the mushroom top rather, I should say. So with this is I went around the bottom edge of that mushroom. So this is snow, so I don't want to color my snow. And then I skipped right from the dark color right to the light. Okay, and then I'm just blending from the dark into the open area. Go, and that's just blending together. And you just want to make contact with that darker color. All right, there we go. All right, so you get the idea there. And with the door, I went ahead and did dark on one side. That. As you can see, it's darker over here. And then went to the mid and just worked right in with that dark. And the great thing is that once you get it colored, you're like, well, I really want it to have more shading or more dark on the opposite side. You can just go back and you can just add more. Okay. So I would do that. I would go back and add a little bit more of the dark color. And just keep working the mid color all the way across. All right, so let's take a look at what I used for this sparkly snow, okay? So this is Sparkle Puff 3D embossing powder. Whoa, let's try to get it on camera. So this is Sparkle Puff 3D embossing powder, which I love. And then I also used this Versamark pen, which is, I haven't used one of these in a while. It's a tool that's been around for a while. It's an oldie but a goodie. So I'm going to take the brush end and I'm just going to start, and it's clear, but as I'm drawing with this, I can see that it is actually tinting the paper slightly, so you do see where you're going. And I like to go around the snowflakes because I don't want to cover those up. I want to, after I'm done, I want to go back and I want to add a little color to those, a little blue to that as well. All right, we're only going to do that part of the snowflake. Let me get out my craft mat again. All right, we're going to sprinkle a little bit of this on here. And just tap the excess right back in the jar. All right, so you can see that coverage there. Then I've got my heat gun. So I'm going to turn this on. It's going to be a little loud, but I'm going to hold this up and you can see how it's just going to melt, puff slightly, and you're going to get a lot of sparkle. There we go. So you can see, isn't that a darling little effect there? So we have a great money saver today on the Willoughby Woods Christmas collection. So definitely check that out. If you don't already own the door stamps, which would make an adorable Christmas countdown, would be really cute to have that on a calendar. So that's another use for that. But if you don't have the stamps and the cutting dies, they're also listed at the bottom of the page under featured items. So you can just click on those links. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just just click on those links and it'll take you to paperwishes.com. So thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.